Welcome to the logging and monitoring section. In this section, we will talk about one of the most important aspects of microservices systems, which is the logging and monitoring. In fact, I think I can safely say that without proper logging and monitoring, we are going to have a lot of problems with our system, so much so that it might lead to its failure. In this section, we will define logging, monitoring, the difference between them, the specific challenges in microservices architecture, and how to implement them correctly. So what do we need to know about logging and monitoring? Well, first, and as we already said, they are extremely important in microservices, even more than in traditional monolith. And the reason for that is that in microservices, the flow goes through multiple processes. It's quite normal to begin a flow with one process, which calls another process, which then calls another one, and this one saves something to the database. Now, what this means is that it's quite hard to get a holistic view on the system's behavior. Oftentimes, we need to know what happened in the system, and for that we use traditional logging that traces the classes and methods. But in this case, the code flows between processes, and it's extremely difficult to stitch these processes together and understand the system's behavior. This leads to a situation where it's really hard to know what's going on with the services. We might be able to look at a specific service and understand if there are any problems with it, but it's nearly impossible to figure out what's going on with all the services working together. And all these problems are handled by a well-designed logging and monitoring. So let's go on and talk about logging and monitoring in microservices.